coming up on Uncensored Talk.
I'm Nakia Baris. I'm Catherine Sutherland.
My name is Steve Cardenas. I was the Latino Ranger.
Karen has the Ranger reunion.
How was your first date?
I was very excited to be on the set.
Wow, I was nervous, definitely.
You were the first one that came up to me, and he was so sweet. He could tell I was so nervous.
Probably. I was like, hey, what's up?
So I'm gonna ask you the forbidden question. I'm gonna start with Steve. Anyways, if you could assemble your best Power Ranger team using people from the past, people from the future. No, we're not gonna hold any yet. There's no animosity. Who would you put together?
Uncensored Talk with Karen Ashley starts right now.
Uncensored Talk. I am here with some of my most amazing friends. I'm very excited. I, of course, am Karen Ashley. I will let them introduce themselves because, I couldn't even put into words the proper introduction to introduce these fabulous people. You, beautiful.
You are
Who are you, beautiful?
Hi, guys. I'm Nakia Baris. I played Tanya in Power Rangers Zeo, Turbo, and the Turbo movie.
Yay. Woo!
Hi, I'm Catherine Sutherland, and I played Kat Hillard in Mighty Morphin, Zeo, and Turbo.
I
Pink
never
Ranger.
knew that was your last name.
I forgot. I was Hilliard too. Hilliard or Hillard?
Hillard.
I thought it was
You'll
Hilliard.
say
Say it in
Hillard if you're
English.
Australian, Hillard if you're American.
I know,
I
like
always
say
thought
it in
it was
English.
Hilliard.
Don't say it in
Oh, Hilliard?
Australian.
Yeah, I think it's Hilliard actually.
No, it was Hillard.
Hillard?
H-I-L-A-R-D.
Are we really going to argue?
Are we really?
Uncensored
Talk. We're doing a
Okay.
TV show here, people.
My name is Steve Cardenas, and I played Rocky DeSantos, which is pretty easy.
Wow.
You
were Latino.
I was the Latino Ranger. I was. And I am.
But you're African American. Come on.
What's that?
I said, but you're African American.
Just a good half.
All right.
That's me. I was the Red Ranger, and I was also the Blue Zeo Ranger too.
Yay! Yay! Round of applause for everybody. Yes, and I was Aisha Campbell, and I was the African American on my season. Yeah.
Oh, I just learned something today.
I didn't say my last name. I was Sloan. I guess I was named
Tanya
after Doug Sloan,
Sloan.
one of the
How
writers.
funny. You know, Aisha was Tanya. I was Tanya for for 2 days.
Really?
And then when the first script we got, it was Tanya. And then when I got to set, they were like, "Oh, your name's Aisha." And I was like,
Wow.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Wow.
So there was always going to be a Tanya. They were
That's
saving
cool.
it. They were, yeah.
Funny.
So we had
I
more in
never
common than we even knew. And so
Actually,
that
you
leads
know
us to a
what-
good
sorry.
point. Go
I don't mean to
ahead.
cut you off, but actually, in the beginning, I think they wanted to name Jason's character Rocky in the beginning, and then I think he didn't want to have that name or whatever, so they gave it to me.
There you go.
Not Jason Frank, but I'm talking about Austin.
Yeah.
Austin's character.
Jason the Red Ranger was
Jason,
going to
the
be
original.
Rocky, yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Okay.
So it was always meant to be. I think they had a list of potential
Names they
hero
wanted.
names or kid that could be a Power Ranger name.
Tanya.
You know? Aisha.
Catherine.
You were Kat.
I
You
was
were
Kat,
Kat.
but it was Catherine.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, the beautiful thing is that leads me to a certain point. We are probably, with the exception of Johnny, who was gonna be here but couldn't make it. He's on a plane flying to a convention. And Blake also trying to get here but couldn't make it. But we're really the only 6 that replace people. Like we didn't come into an all new cast and let's start this adventure together and have that moment of being on set for the first time with everyone. We kind of came on to existing cast.
Yeah.
It was and I set you up to come on. You came on all by yourself.
Yeah.
So how did that feel? How was your first day? Because I know, luckily for me, you and Johnny, we got to be together. So
yeah,
at
we
least
had
each
the
other.
support of each other, yeah.
Yeah. But what was your first day like? What do you remember that first day we walked on set? It was on Castaic Lake that we went. We're at the park. Weren't we?
Yeah, was that the first day, or did we do something on set first with all the wardrobe stuff, or was it the first? Oh, our first day was out in the
Out of the park. Yeah.
Wow, I was nervous definitely because I was nervous to meet the people I had been watching on the show because I knew David Yost was going to be there and Jason Frank and Amy Jo, so I was definitely nervous to meet them, and I was just hoping that I was going to be able to live up to some big shoes to fill with Austin's character being gone,
I know. That was very daunting because, when we came on, it was like Austin, Walter, Austin who played Jason, Walter who played Zach, and Twee who played Trini. They were very popular characters, like, no question. So me too, I was freaking out. I was like, okay, don't forget your lines. Don't forget your lines. But like I said, we were lucky because we had someone. You two came on, and you were coming on, and we'd been together. We were all friends at that point.
Yeah.
How was it for you?
Well, I didn't know the situation on how you left or anything.
Right.
I had never met you, and I really didn't know that. I didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
So, in all honesty, I was very excited to be on the set.
Yeah.
She was very, very nice. My screen test was with Kat, so I got a chance to meet her. I hadn't met any of the other cast, but I got a chance to meet her, and I was like, wow, she's really cool. But I remember being on the set, and we were doing, the Alien Rangers were filming at the same time. And I saw you for the first time, and I don't think I ever told you that. You had finished one of your scenes, and you were walking across the parking lot, I think, to your car, and you were done. You were done with the show. It was the last day. And I just remember looking, I was like, who's Karen? I didn't get a chance. And I remember, and from your facial expression, it was just like, that's a wrap, I'm done, da-da-da. Yeah.
No telling what was going on at that point.
Right, and so there were just a lot of things that were being said on how,
which were all untrue, probably.
yeah, how you left the show and how, but none of it was really negative about you. Like it wasn't, you weren't written out the way that you were supposed to be written out.
Right.
And so the way that it was handled, I was just like, wow, that's really not cool. So
Welcome to Hollywood.
yeah.
That kind of was like a shocker, but I wasn't surprised because the way, like, you're right. They had originally promised me 10 episodes to ease the character out, and I was like, great, it looked great. I'll get to hang with my friends, and then literally the next time I was on set, that was the last day. Like literally, like it was the weirdest thing, and I didn't even get to say bye to everyone.
No.
I didn't see anyone anymore, and then I kind of felt weird about going up to the set because I wanted to, but I didn't want to make you feel uncomfortable, or I didn't want them to feel uncomfortable. So I never went back up there, and eventually we all got in touch again, and we all been able to see each other. But yeah, it was really, really weird. But I wasn't surprised because of the way the people we replaced. One day they were there, one day they weren't.
Right.
Like it was that quick. How was your first day on set?
Well, you guys have been doing the press junket for the movie, so I was really anxious to meet you guys. I'd been there 2 weeks before I actually got to meet them, and it was we were at that animal shelter.
Oh yeah.
And you and Amy were in the shelter, and I was the cat, and I was staring at you and all that stuff.
I remember that.
Eagle eyes.
Press thing at animal shelter.
Oh, no, right.
I'm confused.
Press junket for the movie, and that was my first day meeting you, was at the animal shelter for that scene.
Okay, right.
And you were the first one that came up to me, and he was so sweet. He could tell I was so nervous.
Probably, I was like, hey, what's up?
Steve.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he did that for me too.
Oh, you little cousin.
I did that to all the girls. trust me.
Horrible.
That was
He did that to
very
me probably at
welcoming,
the-
not to cut you
No,
off
he
at all,
was
but
he
that
was very kind.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and he introduced me to everybody. It was very. I would remember the same thing, being very nervous. And I remember in my contract that they had said it was a 3-month trial. So I knew if I didn't pull it off that I could be going home.
What the kind of pressure? That's pressure. Like
Pressure.
trial.
Trial.
I didn't
It
know
was
that.
scary, that either.
Yeah, it's a lot of responsibility.
Wow.
So I guess I was lucky.
You did a
pulled
good
it
job.
off.
And you stepped into huge shoes. 'Cause
Yes,
I mean,
I
Pink
did.
Ranger was like, oh, like,
Yeah.
I mean, it was, You know, she was so popular.
It was probably a blessing that I didn't know the show. I
Absolutely.
only watched one episode, so I knew who everybody was. But I didn't know the popularity of the show. It wasn't until we went to the movie premiere that I was like, oh, geez, this is bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
You know, Amy and I didn't do a lot of work together when we were doing it. I didn't work with her that much because I was the cat, so you guys were with the cat more than me.
Yeah.
I think I maybe did like 3 or 4 scenes with her. But it was a little awkward. Like, you know, it was her turf, and I was trying to be respectful of that. And she was she was very nice to me and everything. But it was just, I'm sure it was weird for her because she wanted to leave, but it was her family.
Yeah.
And she developed that character. So
Yeah.
I'm sure it was very awkward for her.
No, totally. The reason I wanted to do this show, because I was, you know how Facebook, Instagram, they have all these groups and all this stuff, and I sometimes go in there and chat and, like, you know, get to know people, but I also go in there reading stuff that they put, and I always feel like social media is like our best friend, because now we can tell people, oh, we're at this convention, we're at this show, we're here, come see me, but we also get the backlash. I will never forget this, and it actually like threw me for a loop, but it was a picture of me, it was like our cast picture, I think a movie picture. And it said something like, or it may have been a recent picture, I don't know, but it was a picture of a cast, like it was all of us. And it said, the only reason Aisha was popular is because Twee, you know, isn't around and she passed away.
Oh, that's
But if she were here, she wouldn't be popular.
Oh.
And I was like I was just blown away. Like, I thought that was the most horrible thing to say. And you know me, like I can't, I'm not one to like shut up. I just was like, young man, what's your name? You know, I don't know what I said, but I instantly like reprimanded him. But I wasn't doing it to like win praise or win anything from them. But I told him, I just kind of explained it. I said, you know, you guys have to always remember, we were actors. We wanted a big break. And if there was a Power Ranger audition right now, you guys would line up and audition too. And if they would have told you, you're going to be on Power Rangers, and guess what? You're going to replace Rocky, Kat, Nakia, Karen. You're going to replace us. Steve. I don't even know where that came from. But you would do it. You would do it. And that wasn't what we were thinking. We were like, I want to be on a TV show.
Exactly.
This is my big break. Yes. And we were so happy to be there. And I felt like we all did it differently. I don't think we had anything, like there was no comparison.
No.
You know, do you feel like there was any, other than the color, was there any way to compare us?
I think they made
The color?
I think they made Amy and Kimberly and Kat's character, other than the K sound, they very complete opposites. Like, she was very kind of valley girl, and my character, she was much more serene.
Yeah.
And just a totally different energy. I feel.
Yeah.
I stand by this. I really think it was a mistake of them to try and put Kat and Tommy together, because that was Kimberly and Tommy. That was
right.
And I feel like that created a lot of distension towards my character.
Right.
Because they did that. They should have just left it. I mean, she didn't need to be Tommy's
Right.
girlfriend.
Right.
Right.
Do you ever feel like just doing your own thing and being your own version of that character, that you are compared to people, and you know now, or do you feel like they kind of try to pit us against each other?
Yes, they do.
Oh,
Totally.
absolutely. Drama wins.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
You know,
any
it's
crazy?
just,
Yes.
I was just told about it. Yeah, anyway, so other drama with Rangers. And you know, it's like.
You're talking about the fans, you mean? They try to pit us together?
I think fans, but I think even just the show itself, I think there were certain things, you know, I don't know.
But don't you feel like any time someone's replacing in any show, I think that there's always, like Ashton Kutcher and Charlie Sheen.
Absolutely.
It's always going to be like that. I think the original person that evolved that color, that character, whatever it is, the people love that person. It's
Yeah.
always hard to come in and replace.
And they feel like they have to choose when they don't really.
They don't.
No.
Yeah,
There's
they don't
enough
have
love
to.
for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I love when I hear, you are my third favorite Ranger.
Like,
Because that's supposed to make me happy.
I hated you so much, but you grew on me. That's what
I get that too. I get that too.
You're my 11th favorite.
You were my second crush.
I
Why are you telling me this?
know. They do that. They say you're my second, third sis. And I'm like, thanks.
Oh,
Or I loved you, but I loved Aisha better.
yes.
I love Karen too.
I
So.
know. And I get the opposite. They go, I love you, but I love Trini better. And I'm like, I loved her too. And you know, it was like, I felt everyone did their job and did it well, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you and Twee couldn't be more different. The
Totally.
characters were totally different.
Right.
She was very like zen, and Aisha was all bubbly and bouncy, and they
Yeah.
really, I mean, made you very different. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make sense to even compare.
Right.
You know.
Right. So this is my thing. I know at this point we've all met. I keep looking at you. It's so funny. I'm so glad we sat next to each other. We've all met. Well, the first time we met, I don't remember specifically the first time we met because I feel like I've known you my whole life.
Oh.
It was so weird because I would see you all the time at auditions and different
I
things.
think that's where I think we might have met at an audition.
And the weird thing was it was never awkward. Someone asked me that. They go, when you guys finally met, was it weird? And I was like, no. There was. I think we were like, hi. Like it was just like, I don't know. When you finally met the person you replaced, was it ever weird?
I'm trying to think. Well, I met.
Well, you met
because
Amy
I
on
worked
set,
with her.
yeah.
When she came back to do the movie. That was a little weird. And then I saw her. I hadn't seen her again until Lexington, and she
Right.
was very sweet and warm and
Yeah.
Why do you feel the meeting, just so that you could explain, so that people don't take it another step further?
I know.
You
No
know,
drama's
because they
here. We're putting
will.
all
Yes.
the
Why do you
rumors to
say that
bed.
it's weird when you guys met during the
movie?
Yeah.
Well, because I was the Pink Ranger. I was established as the Pink Ranger.
Right.
And she was coming on into my turf now. So it just felt, I was very aware of that.
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe Amy may not have been, cared less, but for me, I was very aware of being of stepping on her toes. I didn't want her
Right.
to feel like uncomfortable. or
You're so
weird.
sweet that way, though. 'Cause the one thing about Kat, if you've never gotten to know her, she's always aware of how everyone feels. And like, I'm always
I'm
like,
an empath.
it's not that I don't care how people feel, but I'm always like, girl, you gotta do you. I'm always like, girlfriend, like, don't you worry about
Like, I
that.
need more of that spice.
Yeah, and it's not to not be aware of other people, but it's more like just, but you're sweet to even think that way.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't want her to feel uncomfortable. But, we didn't have a lot of scenes together. And then when I saw her in Lexington, we probably have more in common now than we ever did back then. We both got children, and we were talking about our children, and
Yeah.
it was brief, but she was very pleasant, and
Yeah.
it is what it is. You
Yeah.
know?
How about you, Steve?
Well, the first time I ever actually met Austin, because we never did any scenes together, was at a party at him and Walter's house.
everyone went
I
to
think
that
I
party.
might have been at that party.
And
I remember
it was,
those
Yeah.
parties.
and it was
Oh,
right
yeah.
and it was right before the movie came out,
Mhm.
So and Austin, he was really gracious actually. He was really cool to me. He never, there was no animosity ever.
Well, he
you know?
worked with us on Turbo too.
Well, no, I know. And
I mean, on
actually,
Zio.
yeah, he worked with Sun Zio and
And
he did
maybe.
the Turbo, yeah. But so that was cool. And then they actually kind of touched on that in the Zio scenes, where like, oh, hey, Bulk and Skull, like, hey, look, Jason's back. Do you think he might be kicked out of the group and all this stuff like that? And it, like made my character nervous, But they had assured me that was not going to happen. But it's kind of
Yeah.
funny that they touched on that.
Yeah.
Because I was feeling left out, my character was
Yes,
feeling left out
that's
in that scene. I remember that, or that episode.
Yeah.
Nice. So if there was ever like a project where we could, like, we all talk about it all the time, and luckily on these maybe Uncensored Talk, we all kind of get together. But if there was ever a project that presented itself to where we could all be together on one screen, reboot, would you guys do something like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Would you
Yes.
be down for something? I would love it. Like, I would absolutely love
I don't
to.
know about the spandex part. She can pull that off. The spandex. No,
He can pull that off. By the
Yeah,
way,
you guys, they pull it off.
go to any convention. These two will actually dare to put on the suits, and they look
They're
fabulous
okay.
in them.
Yes,
and they take
they do.
pictures.
fit in the suit.
I would like
Yeah.
to be a mentor to the young Pink Ranger. I think that would be fun. Like
Yeah.
to mentor her and train her and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Cause see, the funny thing is when I see other people at conventions, they don't get those. Like they're just their character and they're their cast,
Yes.
and they've got it, you know,
Yes.
where we get the comparisons and we get the,
Yeah.
you know, kind of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I know you guys are all busy. You guys do things. You're all working actors. What are some of the things that you're doing now? Because of course, Power Rangers is one of the biggest things we've ever done. Probably will be. You know, what are some of the things that you do now? Because people always ask me, how can I find them? How can I keep in touch with them?
Oh, please check out my website, NikiaBarice.com, Facebook, Nikia.Barice, and Twitter, Nikia Barice. But I have been blessed, you know, yesterday, because, you know, as actors, you have these moments where you're just like, oh my gosh, why am I doing this? Because you get
Right.
rejection, you get, you
It's
know,
no's.
this and- yeah, it's a lot of no's before you hear the yes. And so yesterday I was having a moment. Normally when I have moments, I call my friend Kat. And she's just like very uplifting. But yesterday I was writing out, because I was talking to my entertainment lawyer, and I was writing out, because I had to write down the projects that I'm doing for the thing. And God had to open up my eyes just so I was like, wow, wait a minute.
You worked a lot.
Wow, you know? Because in my mind I was like, wait a minute, I haven't done anything in a while. But right now,
Last week she did something.
I have
I know.
I have a recurring role on Heart of Dixie, which has been an
Nice.
absolute blessing. My State Farm commercial's still airing. I got another commercial that just got reinstated. Woohoo! And
Dunkin' Donuts?
Chase.
Oh, Chase, good.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
She's
That's
like
the one with you in
commercial
the
thing.
elevator with Mary J. Blige too, or something like
oh
that.
yeah, that was a while ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that was
remember that
fun.
one.
That was
I
on my
saw that one
birthday.
too, and I was like, is that cute?
Yeah.
Like it was like, oh,
And-
awesome.
yeah.
Spend your birthday with Mary
You're
J.
You know, progressive and she
Yeah.
would sell your product, people, anyone watching?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The new
Uh-huh.
flow.
Uh-huh.
I would love that. I would love
Yes.
that. But yeah, that was the Citibank commercial that I did with Mary J. Blige. That was a few years ago. That was my birthday. She is such a lovely person, and she sang "Happy Birthday"
Aw,
to me.
That's
And then everybody
awesome.
started singing.
Oh, I would have been like, oh, look at Mary J. Blige. I would have like fangirled on her like real fast.
But yeah, those are some of the things that I'm doing right now.
Wow.
Praise God.
Where can we find you?
I have a Facebook, Catherine Sutherland Official. I'm on Instagram now, finally. I joined that, which
It's
is,
so many. Like people
I
are
know.
always like getting mad, and I'm like,
I can't keep up
it's
with it.
so many to keep up with.
Yeah, Instagram's Catherine_Sutherland. I don't do Twitter. I know you guys, I've had a lot of people ask me, but I just find it really creepy. No one needs to know where I am and what I think every second of the day, so
Yeah.
that's as much as I can handle. And then I'm writing a children's book. It's being illustrated right now, and I have another one that I'm giving him a chance to get that illustrated first, but I have another one that's also coming
Right.
too. And yeah, I'm doing voiceover work for another toy from Mattel.
Yay.
I had a funny story. My daughter was at a sleepover, and she comes out and she's got this journal, and she's like entering it. It's like, welcome, enter your password, and I'm like, that's me. It was the weirdest thing, and now all my daughter's friends like have this password journal. I'm so sick of hearing myself.
Oh.
Intruder alert! Intruder alert!
That's so hilarious. If you ever wonder where those voices come from,
So funny.
hello.
Yeah, it was fun.
And
So-
Mr. Social Media himself, what is your
Yes.
Facebook up to now, Steve? Because you've got like a million trillion followers.
yes.
Yes.
Well, no, Facebook,
I need to know
think-
your secret.
So Facebook I think is like at 87,000, and Instagram's at 25,000.
My goodness.
Gosh.
Just give me just
and
a
it-
Can I get 10,000, please?
Yeah.
500.
Guys, follow these girls. That's like
Yeah,
follow
follow
me,
us.
folloll them. It's pretty easy, you know. Like
If we flash,
It's hilarious.
flash you.
Right. Woo! Girls Gone Wild. Rangers Gone Wild for life.
Ice bucket challenge. Ice bucket challenge.
We're doing
I did the
Ice Bucket Challenge.
You did it?
I did it,
You did
and I put the helmet on. I put the Red Ranger helmet on,
Did
and I had somebody dump all on me. Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
they-
Was your helmet
and you know how
okay?
trollers get? They got mad. They were like,
I
you
tell-
didn't do it right.
You
didn't
can't
put
do
the-
anything
you can't do
without them
anything,
getting
yeah.
mad.
You can't do it with the helmet on. That's cheating. I'm like, oh my god, please
I
get over
think that's
yourself.
funny. I think
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
Yeah. So-
I'm doing the Ice Bucket Challenge. If you don't know, we're like touring the country pretty much. Power Rangers has been such a blessing that we
Yeah.
now are kind of in the Comic-Con
World.
ish circuit, and we're doing it on this weekend. So if anybody wants to join,
You're doing the ice bucket
I'm
challenge
doing the
this
ice
weekend?
bucket challenge. I'm gonna mess up my blow dry that I spent lots of money. They don't understand how long it takes for a black girl
Just put a
to get
shower
her hair
cap on,
straight.
like
And then
like
you didn't do it right.
I was thinking that too. I was
What's your name? What's your name?
I'm gonna put my helmet on and they'll
Put a
get
shower
mad at
cap
me.
on. What's her name?
Huh?
The girl who's what's her name? Shauna Lathon or something? How do you say it?
Saldana?
No, not something.
Shauna Lathon. I don't know anybody by that name.
I don't know how to say it.
I posted this video.
You know what I'm talking about.
It was the most
Sanaa
hilarious.
Lathan.
Oh, Sanaa Lathan.
You're Sanaa Lathan, yeah.
Sanaa Lathan.
Lathan,
Oh, nothing like
Whatever.
So besides,
She put a shower cap on her head.
we should put a shower cap on her
I
head.
know.
I mean, it's not because I don't want to get my hair wet. It's just because
It
of the
takes
work
so long.
that it takes to get my hair straight.
I
That's-
try to tell my kids because they want me to go swimming with them all the time because we have a pool, and I just put my feet in, and I'm like, babies, I did it, and then they saw how long it was
Like,
gonna
oh,
take.
no.
Yeah, they were
Don't never
yeah.
do that again.
It's like,
My husband
did
was
you
like,
see-
see, look at mom. This is why she doesn't.
Your husband, did you see, what is the one where Beyonce, where she was like, she gets out, and she's with, I forget his name, the comedian. And
Austin
her hair-
Powers.
Yeah, and it's
Oh,
little, and
yeah.
then she goes, and it goes, that's what happens to our hair.
I love that.
That is exactly what happens to a black girl in her hair. It's like, it'll be an afro, and it goes, and it goes,
Oh, this is funny. When I was doing, I think it was Mermaid's Tale 2, the voiceover for Mermaid's Tale 2. One of the lines, because we were doing outtakes, and they were like, just roll with it. My character jumps inside the water, and so one of my lines that I was like,
luckily it was not
why
real.
you wet my hair? Look at my hair now. It's a big fro. I was just, oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
It was so
Well,
much
remember
fun.
when our first week on Power Rangers, we were in a triathlon. We had to bike, we had to swim,
Oh,
and
yeah,
we
that's
had to do something else. And then we had a karate contest, and there was a snake on my lap. Like they did everything to us the first episode, and literally they were like, "Okay, jump in the lake." And then they wanted us to do a scene after, and it took, I kept telling them, I was like, can we get a double? I wasn't trying to be Hollywood. I was like, y'all don't understand. If I go underwater, it's over. So, of course, they had me in the lake, and 2 hours later, after they had to blow dry and straighten my hair, it was, and it didn't look the same, by the way, because they weren't ready. But it was horrible. So that's why I got braids.
Too,
That's
so
why
it would have been a
yeah,
really big.
that's why I got braids, because people were like, "Oh, you were getting braids." It was, but it was because of the hair thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't because I was trying to be cool.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah.
because of the hair thing. So I'm going to ask you the forbidden question, and you are not going to be graded. You are not going to be penalized. I'm going to start with Steve.
Oh,
I'm going to let the
man.
girls
What is
think
the
about it.
forbidden
I know, I'm going to start with you because you're being quiet.
I don't even know what it is.
Or the girls are talking too much. One of the two. Anyways, if you could assemble your best Power Ranger team using people from the past,
You better be
people
careful.
from the
I
future.
know.
No, we're not going to hold any. There's no animosity. Who would you put together?
Okay, well, first you gotta have Tommy in there for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, you have to have Tommy.
Absolutely.
I think I'd like to have Jason Font in there.
He's too fun. He'd
yeah.
have to be in there.
Yeah, he's gotta be in there too. And then do I get to pick myself in there?
Yes, that's what you want. You're
Okay,
this,
so
is,
me-
this
so
is
me
Steve
as-
Cardenas, his best Power Ranger
Well, I
team.
thought I'd just be like Zordon or something.
Okay,
know,
you
it's
can.
my team that I'm
It can be
picking.
a
I'm Zordon.
5-member team or it can be a 6-member team, whichever.
Okay.
If you need an extra. You got one more.
So let's see. So we have Tommy and we have Jason Font. Okay, and then I gotta
All
have.
red, by the way.
I have to
And
have
then you.
all
All
the Big
red and all-
Rangers and all the Yellow Rangers.
And I'm up to
And that's my
20.
team.
Okay.
My harem. I mean my team.
He cheated. Good. How about you,
That's a
Kat?
hard one.
That's okay. It's the forbidden question.
I would have you two, of course, my two Beyoncés. I would like to do an all girl Power Ranger.
I was thinking the
I was
same
gonna do
thing.
that. You stole my thunder. She stole my thunder.
all girls
I would have an all-girl team too.
No, you want Vaughn and you want Tommy. Go ahead.
I would have Erin. I love Erin Cahill.
Yes.
And you guys and myself and Amy. Why
Yeah.
not? Let's put Kimberly back in there. She'd be the leader.
Absolutely. She'd be the leader. I was gonna do that was my thunder. She stole my thunder.
I was going to
So,
say the
go
exact
ahead.
same thing. I promise. I was gonna do an all-boy team and an all-girl team. So I would definitely have you two, and I would have Erin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Erin's like the leader of the party.
The last, the other female ranger, I would have to think about that one because I'm not sure. I don't really know a lot of the other rangers, so I can't even really.
That's the cool thing about the conventions.
Yeah.
That's what I found. It's given us an opportunity to get to know each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we see each other all the time.
Yes.
But I don't get to see all the other people. And so going to like a Power Morphicon or Lexington or, you know, these conventions will bring us all together,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool.
I've met a couple from the I don't know if it's Samurai. Well, I met some from Samurai.
I had two.
And the young lady with the red hair, pink,
Allison.
Allison. I met
Allison.
Allison.
What was
Yes.
she?
Very
What was
sweet.
she?
She was a Lightspeed Rescue Pink Ranger.
Lightspeed.
Okay.
Nice.
She's adorable.
Adorable. Yeah, I haven't met her officially, but we know each other through Facebook.
Yeah.
So
So
we're
I would put
officially
her on the
ready.
team.
Okay.
She's redhead, she's
Yeah.
redhead now, but I think
She's
she's naturally
gorgeous.
blonde.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
Nice.
beautiful girl.
Nice. So all of us, like I said, we
You
do
didn't
conventions.
answer.
Oh, well, I was gonna do an all girl. I was
Okay.
gonna do all girl, and then I have to go with my
I was gonna do
my.
a girl too.
Yeah, I have to have my boys, my guys that came in with me, of course, Steve and Johnny.
Yeah.
They'd have to be with me, you know. So I know we travel all over the country. What are some of the cities that they can find you? Because that's what people always. When you come into the city near me, where can they find you? What are some of your upcoming conventions?
I have a convention called the BuzzCon in Tulare, which is a small little city, but it's in Tulare,
Nice.
California. That's September 12th weekend. We're all doing Ranger Stop
Yes.
in November.
Orlando,
and that's in
baby.
Orlando. And then I don't have any more for the rest of the year. Not until next year. I'm going to London, and I believe Steve is going to be there
Yay.
as well.
In February?
Yes.
Yeah, but that's not in London, that's in Birmingham.
Yes.
Birmingham.
That's where it
quite,
is.
quite a few hours away from
Yes.
each other. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Birmingham. Yeah, that's happening next in February. But I'll be back. I'll be. Let's see. When is this thing
Yeah,
coming out?
C4.
September.
Yeah.
Well, C4. That's Ventura. That's September like 12th or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have
I'll
another
be
one
with
like
you there.
Yeah. that's
September.
That's fair.
I think
Yeah.
September 21st. After that is Portland, Oregon, Rose City Comic Con. And then October I'll be in Hamilton, Ontario for Hamilton Comic Con. And
That would be beautiful.
let's
Yeah.
see. And then where else? I got bunches of other shows.
Check
too.
the social
I'll be in
media.
November. Yeah, check my social media. But in November I'll be in England again as well too for another show called Wales City Comic Con, and that's in November. December I have a show in Miami. I'll be at
Wow.
Ranger Stop in Orlando.
Nice.
November.
So a lot of places.
Yeah, a lot of
How
places.
about
I'm all
over the
Madison?
place.
Yeah, it's just I always post where I'm going to be on my page.
Yeah.
But yeah. The next one after this is the Ventura County Comic Con.
Nice.
And then I've got 2 in November, 1 in December. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be with them in Ventura in a
Yes.
few weeks, and then me, Austin, David, and Walter are doing Alamo City. So if you're in the
Oh,
San
yeah.
Antonio area, we're also doing
That's my
Indianapolis.
hometown, by the way.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
it? Oh, I wish you were there.
Well, I did
Gosh.
Alamo City last year.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, well, see. I'll think about you when I'm having a taco or something. Tree City Con in Idaho, and then Rhode Island, of course.
Also, my
and
other hometown, by the way, too.
Really?
Idaho, yeah.
Idaho? Oh, wow.
Yeah, okay,
What-
right there.
You gotta tell me what to
I'm
do.
going
I have
there
no
next
idea
year.
what to do in Idaho.
Hey, this guy knows someone in every city we go
He
to.
does.
I'm
Well,
like,
Walter's the same
This is my
way.
cousin, my
Walter
cousin, my
Jones
cousin.
knows somebody. And, like, he's the most recognizable ranger,
Oh,
Walter
yeah.
Jones. He'll get you in the club, and he will know someone.
Make a friend.
And he makes friends in every city.
he just met. Where were we? Where were we just?
We were in McAllen, Texas, and he made more
With
friends.
our kid from Kid and Play.
How do you run into Kid and Play in
We
McAllen,
were like,
Texas?
that's not him.
And it was! Walter Jones found Kid and Play in
Yeah.
McAllen,
It's
Texas.
so funny. I saw a
places.
kid from Kid and Play the other day, like at Barney's Beanery.
See?
And I took a picture
Oh,
with him.
that's funny. He must
Crazy.
be doing a tour or something.
He must be doing a tour.
That's funny.
Well, guys, that is all for Uncensored Talk. I want to thank you guys for coming onto the show. It was so much fun. And we're not replacements. We are our own people.
Yes.
You know? Yes.
Yes.
So you don't have to have a second, third, or fourth favorite. We can all be your favorite.
Yeah,
It's enough
exactly.
love. Give us some love. Good night. Give us the love. Your dance. Come on, guys.
Oh yeah,
Give us
and thank
the
you
love.
guys for coming to my school.
Yes!
when we did this
Yes.
whole thing.
And that's the thing, we didn't even mention that. We talked about all the work and everything. course, balance the best Jiu-Jitsu academy that you can ever find here in Burbank. So if you're in the Burbank area, look them up.